If you love me, please don't judge me. Got my hands tied, the power's above me. Don't shoot the messenger, I'm just a puppet here. If you wanna place blame, then look to the puppeteer. Family, fortune, envy, jealousy, privilege, passed on, legacy, secret, sabotage, borderline, felony, suicide, subtract, selfish, pedigree, yeah.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's C-RadTV back here in another video. So yeah, it's that time of the year. The Truck Series Chase is now here. We have our final 10 combatants for the Truck Series Championship that will do battle for the next few months till November at Phoenix. 10 men will start, 4 men will enter the season finale at Phoenix, and only one of them will be crowned the 2021 Truck Series Championship. Despite this format being inconsistent as all hell and being stupid and dumb, we're still gonna do it because fuck it, why not? Let's have some fun. So of course the truck chase, like this chase schedule is so fucked up this year because the Truck Series Chase starts this weekend at Gateway. The Cup Chase doesn't start till Labor Day weekend at Darlington. And the Xfinity Chase doesn't start till almost October with Las Vegas. Like, this schedule is just so fucked up, and it's just all over the damn place. Of course, last year's was pretty fucked up because of the pandemic. This year, it's still really fucked up, but not as bad as last year. But yeah, we have our 10 combatants for the Truck Series Chase, so let's go over all 10 and see how I think they'll fare in this year's chase for the Truck Series Championship. Let's go. So here is the list of the 10 drivers that will do battle in this year's Truck Series Championship. We're going to go through each driver one by one. I'll give you my thoughts on them. And then we're going to go right into the predictions. So let's start off here. First off, we're going to start off with the 2021 regular season champion. The best driver all season in trucks, John Hunter Nemechek. I mean, what else is there to say about him? The man's been on an absolute mission this year. Like, he was in Cup last year, was with a shitmobile team with Front Row Motorsports. He chooses to drop all the way down in trucks after 1 year in Cup, and pretty much came to KBM in the Ford truck to restart his career from scratch. He pretty much restarted from scratch knowing he was going to go nowhere in Cup and just be stuck in crapmobile rides his entire career. Pretty much go back down the trucks and rebuild his image and his brand. And maybe come back in the Cup with a better ride in the future. And you look at this season, it is working so far. Because he's been an absolute dominant winning machine this year with Kyle Busch and KBM. He just wins in anything and every track. Like every track we go to, he's fast. He's fast everywhere. He's the fastest truck all year. He's the most consistent driver all year. He's the best driver in the series by a country mile. And it's no shock that he won the regular season championship with ease. So yeah, John Hunter Nemechek is easily the favorite to win this championship by a landslide. And I'll tell you what, a Truck Series championship, that would definitely help his rebranding for sure to rebuild his image. Next up, we have Austin Hill. Now, Austin Hill's been quiet, been consistent most of the year, but he's been very quiet until the last couple weeks when he won Knoxville and Watkins Glen, the last 2 races of the regular season. Of course, Knoxville was a complete fucking shit show. And then Watkins Glen, that win is pretty much like a half win because that was the lightning clock delay and NASCAR trying to rush to get the Xfinity race in soon. So yeah, hey, but seems like Austin Hill is trying to get hot now at the right time. But the question is, I have no doubt Austin Hill can go deep in the chase. Question is, can he finally make the Final Four? Because he should have been in the Final Four at least once or twice, maybe the last 2 years. But Austin Hill has found every single way to not make the Final Four. Can he finally do it this year? Or will he find another way to not make the Final Four? We'll have to see. And of course, there's also Ben Rhodes. I mean, Ben Rhodes started this season off hot. He won the first 2 races this season at Daytona. He's still been consistent, but he's been very quiet. And the speed he had at the start of the year, just not there. Like, he started the year off hot, and then he's gone pretty cool. I don't know, can he get that? Can he get that same hot energy that he had at the start of the season in the chase? We'll have to see. Of course, a lot of people don't want Rhodes to get hot at the right time in the chase. Because a lot of people still remember what Rhodes did to Christian Eckes last year. Let's continue on. Next up, we have pretty much, I think, one of the biggest surprises of the season. Todd Gilliland. Now, don't get me wrong. I always know Todd Gilliland was talented. That's no lie. But for him to have this good of a season with a team like Front Row Motorsports in the Truck Series, which is kind of shocking that he's having this good of a season. What a team that's known for being notoriously shit in the Cup Series. Hey, you know, at the end of the day, maybe there are some shitmobile teams that do better in Xfinity and trucks at the end of the day. It seems Front Row may found something better in trucks than in Cup. So yeah, maybe Todd Gilliland can complete this underdog season with an underdog championship. We'll have to see. And next up, we got the reigning, defending, undisputed NASCAR Truck Series heavyweight champion of the world, Sheldon Creed. Sheldon Creed, well, he had the win at Darlington in the throwback race earlier this year, but he's been very quiet. And of course, that Darlington race was also a shit show. And Creed was able to survive the onslaught mayhem. But on that win, he's been quietly consistent, but just hasn't been able to seal the deal in a lot of races. Then again, very hard to win when John Hunter Nemechek is being this absolute winning sex machine. So yeah, can Sheldon Creed maybe try and use some of that magic he had last year to go to the truck title? I mean, if he can get on at the right time, who knows? Maybe Sheldon Creed could go back to back. Next up, we got Zane Smith. You know, Zane Smith had a very solid season last year. But of course, you know, Zane Smith, of course, making it to the Final Four. This year, though, he's really taken a step back this year. You know, after the breakout year Zane Smith had in trucks last year, this year, he's taken a step back or two. So yeah, kind of sad. Hey, I think, I'll be honest here, I think Zane Smith going through somewhat of a sophomore slump. It happens. It's a real thing. It happens. I don't know. Can Zane snap out of it and go deep in the chase? We'll have to see. Next up, we got Matt Crafton. Of course, we all know Crafton exposed this format in 2019. Less said about that, the better. But yeah, Crafton, he's pretty much been like the last 2 years. It's pretty much the same season as 2019. Just not a whole lot of noise. Just been very quiet. But of course, like we saw in 2019, you don't have to make a whole lot of noise and you can just fluke your way to a championship because this format is stupid and dumb. Can Crafton do it again, or will he be a quiet elimination into the night? We'll have to see. Next up, we got Carson Wentzel, which is a really good, his first chase appearance. So yeah, Carson Wentzel having a bit of a breakout season, making a name for himself here. Making the Truck Series chase will do wonders for you to make a name for yourself. So yeah, great to see a young guy make a name for himself and make the chase. You love to see it. And of course, Wentzel will be back with Nice Motorsports in the 45 truck, I believe, next year. 42 truck, sorry. So yeah, Wentzel is going to still continue to break through. For Wentzel, I'm not expecting him to make too much noise in the chase. I think this is more of a learning experience for him. You know, learn the truck chase this year, take some knowledge from it, and then next year build off it and come back stronger. I mean, he's had some solid runs, but just seems that he just needs that win to finally break through. I think if he can get that win, I think the floodgates open in trucks. Next up, Chandler Smith. Chandler has pretty much become just about every other KBM driver not named John Hunter Nemechek or Christopher Bell or Eric Jones. Mediocre. Like, he has just been at best mediocre. Like, he's like when Kyle Busch isn't in the series, he's easily the second best driver at KBM when Kyle Busch isn't in the series. Second to John Hunter Nemechek, because John Hunter Nemechek has continued to bitch slap the entire team. And which, so far, my prediction at the start of the year when I said that John Hunter Nemechek would have more wins than all of his KBM teammates combined, that prediction is still going well. Because right now, John Hunter Nemechek leads over his KBM teammates 5-3. Because Kyle Busch has the 2 truck wins this year, and then Truex and Martin Truex Jr.'s win on the Bristol dirt race. So yeah, I think that just shows that maybe Kyle Busch needs to reassess his talent pool. Or maybe Toyota needs to stop signing a bunch of fucking 15 and 16-year-olds with no long-term plan. Maybe Tony Stewart was right in calling Toyota's driver development program a cesspool last year and a complete dump. Because it is a dump. Especially when Kyle Busch can't develop drivers with his truck team worth a damn. Hell, why do you think Todd Gilliland left that dump in the first place? And why do you think John Hunter Nemechek is carrying that entire team on his back? But anyway, that's a rant for another day. Final driver in this truck chase, we have Stuart Friesen. So, of course, 2019, Friesen had the breakout year, made it all the way to the Final Four. Last year's truck team made the switch from Chevy to Toyota engines, and he struggled. He struggled so far to where he didn't even make the chase this last year. This year, he's just been quiet. He still had his struggles, but he was able to sneak his way into the Truck Series chase. Kind of drunkenly stumbled his way in. I'll be honest, I kind of feel like Ankrum would be more worthy of a chase spot than Friesen, but hey, Friesen was able to take advantage of the stage racing and do the bare minimum to not fuck up while Tyler Ankrum had a number of inconsistency issues and being a disappointment. But who knows, maybe Friesen could do something in the truck chase this year. But yeah, that is the 2021 NASCAR Truck Series chase field. These 10 drivers, which of them will become champion? Let's go through. So, of course, the round of 10, we have Gateway, Darlington, and Bristol. This time, Bristol's on the concrete. So, we have 3 races. Out of these 3, which of these 8 will make it to the next round? Let's take a look at the grid and let's see. So, here are the 8 drivers I have advancing to the round of 8 here on the screen. So, of course, no surprise, I have John Hunter Nemechek winning 2 out of 3 races in this round. I got John Hunter Nemechek taking Gateway and taking Bristol. I debated about Gateway, but I feel like John Hunter Nemechek's going to show how fast he truly is to open the chase. And I say John Hunter Nemechek will win the opening race of the truck chase. And I think he takes Bristol this time because he's damn good at Bristol. And then Darlington, I got Ben Rhodes taking Darlington. I mean, he probably should have won that race, but Sheldon Creed got a better restart late in the race. Rhodes did win this truck race last year at Darlington. Ben Rhodes always runs well at Darlington. He just seems to do well at Darlington. I think Rhodes takes Darlington here. And then for the other 6 drivers advancing on points, I got Austin Hill, Todd Gilliland, Sheldon Creed, Zane Smith, Matt Crafton, and Carson Hosfar advancing on points. So the 2 drivers I have out are Sheldon Smith and Stuart Friesen. Stuart Friesen, I just think he just drunkenly stumbled in, and I don't think he deserves to be in the chase. And I think Stuart Friesen's gonna get exposed then for who he truly is, and just be a flash in the pan. And Chandler Smith, I just feel like he's just been a massive disappointment at KBM, and I think he's just gonna struggle and miss out in this round. So I got Smith and I got Friesen out in the first round. So my round of 8 is John Hunter Nemechek, Ben Rhodes, Austin Hill, Todd Gilliland, Sheldon Creed, Zane Smith, Matt Crafton, and Carson Wentzel. So round of 8 consists of Las Vegas, Talladega, and Martinsville. The 2 big wild cards of the truck chase are in the round of 8 to decide the final 4. So, out of these 8, who advances to the final 4? Of course, the final 4 prediction I've never gone correct. So, who am I jinxing this year? So here is my final 4 for the 2021 Truck Series Championship on the screen here. So there they are. So for Las Vegas, I got John Hunter Nemechek sweeping Las Vegas. Yeah, I mean, he was very dominant in the truck race earlier this year at Las Vegas. Of course, that race was also the controversy of his boss, Kyle Busch. Did he intentionally spin out or not? We're not going to discuss any further, but John Hunter Nemechek will win the truck race this time. Hopefully with no controversy this time. Talladega, I got nobody listed for Talladega. I believe the last 4 years that the Talladega chase race has been won by a non-chaser. The last 2 years, it's been a first-time winner. 2019, Spencer Boyd, and last year with Rafael Lizard. I think the trend continues. I think for the 5th year in a row, a non-chaser will win the Talladega truck race. And I think for the 3rd year in a row, it's going to be a first-time winner. So for Talladega, I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm going to say Jordan Anderson finally breaks through and gets his first career truck win. I say Jordan Anderson. I got Talladega going to Jordan Anderson. I think he's been close a couple times. I think he finally breaks through and gets his first career truck win. So I got Talladega to Jordan Anderson. And Martinsville, I debated this one for a bit. I'm going to say Sheldon Creed. I feel like Sheldon Creed I think Creed might be in a must. I think I could see Creed in a must-win scenario entering Martinsville. And I think Creed will power through and get it done. I think Creed wins Martinsville. And then for the other 2 drivers I have on points, I got Austin Hill and Todd Gilliland advancing in on points. So the 4 drivers I have out are Ben Rhodes, Zane Smith, Matt Crafton, and Carson Wentzel. For Carson, this chase is just a learning experience for him. I'm not expecting too much out of him. I think Matt Crafton, I think he gets lucky and barely makes it to the round of 8, but his luck runs out in the round of 8. Saint Smith, I feel like Saint Smith, he's just going to struggle throughout the chase. Like, I think this year he takes a step back after his breakout year because of the sophomore slump. And then Ben Rhodes, I think Ben Rhodes is going to dig himself in a hole after Talladega. Like, I think Rhodes gets involved in a big one or something like that. And I think Rhodes, I think it's going to be like last year in the truck chase where Rhodes entered Martinsville in a hole that he couldn't dig out of. I think the same thing happens again. I think Ben Rhodes digs himself into a hole he can't dig out of. So yeah, my final 4 for this truck chase this year, I got John Hunter Nemechek, Sheldon Creed, Austin Hill finally making the final 4, and Todd Gilliland in his Cinderella run. I think this would be a pretty good Final 4 for the Truck Championship this year. So now, out of these 4, which of them will become your 2021 Truck Series champion? Alright, now it's time to predict who the 2021 NASCAR Truck Series champion will be. So, this is going to be an interesting one because there's a lot of good stories in this one. You know, I have Austin Hill finally making the Final 4. After falling short the last couple years. You got Sheldon Creed trying to go back-to-back. You have Todd Gilliland trying to complete an underdog season. And then you got John Hunter Nemechek trying to finish his rebranding of his image, trying to rebrand his image and have to restart his career from scratch. So this one, Todd Gilliland, I just don't think Todd Gilliland's going to have the speed to compete with the other 3 in the Final 4. I think it's going to be somewhat similar to Justin Haley and Xfinity last year. But hey, it'll still be a good learning experience for sure. Austin Hill, I think he's going to be close to it, but I think something happens to Austin Hill late in the race. So I think it's between Creed and Nemechek. Now, Nemechek's been the best driver all year, but this format has had a very bad history. This format has a history and knack of where the best driver all season doesn't win the championship, but usually in the Truck Series, we've had the best driver throughout the season usually win the championship a few times. So, this is going to be a tough one to predict for sure. But I think it's going to be between Nemechek and Creed. Maybe Austin Hill too. I think it's between those three. But I'm not sure about Sheldon Creed because it's very hard to win back-to-back championships under this format. Like, the only time we've seen back-to-back done under this format was with Tyler Reddick in Xfinity when he won back-to-back championships in 2018 and 2019 in Xfinity. So, with all that being said, in the end, it's just very tough to predict out of these three. So, I'm just going to play it safe and take the safest pick out of the three. And that, of course, would be John Hunter Nemechek. Like I said at the top of the video, John Hunter Nemechek's been fast everywhere we go. You know, he also had a very fast truck at Richmond. And Richmond has a lot of similarities to Phoenix. Usually, if you can do well at Richmond, you're going to do well at Phoenix. So, taking that into consideration, I think John Hunter Nemechek will win the championship. And oh, by the way, for the season finale at Phoenix, I do not have the champion winning the finale. I think this year the 2021 Truck Series champion does not win the season finale at Phoenix. For my winner for the season finale at Phoenix, I'm going to go Ben Rhodes. So I think Ben Rhodes wins the race, but John Hunter Nemechek finishes second and will win the Truck Series championship because it's the highest finisher wins the championship. But yeah, anyway, that's my predictions here. So yeah, that's my 2021 Truck Series Chase Grid predictions. So, of course, the Cup Chase starts in a couple weeks, right before Labor Day weekend. So the Cup Chase will be the next Chase Grid prediction, and then Xfinity after the Bristol night race. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hope everyone's a great day. I'll see you all in whatever video I make next. Peace out, and now watch me be completely wrong after round 1 because that's my luck.